Next up, at UFC Abu Dhabi, we have Robert Whittaker taking on Reinier de Ridder. Robert Whittaker, 26-8 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He is coming off that finish loss to Khamzat Chimaev, taking on Reinier de Ridder. And I know that's not how you pronounce it, but I love pronouncing it like he's a French. 20-2 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He is on that 4-fight win streak, coming off that big win over Bo Nickel. Bobby Knuckles is one of the most well-rounded, one of the most talented, one of the best middleweights that has ever lived. I mistakenly, in my quick pick video, said the only people he's ever lost to in the last 12 years are to current champion Dricus du Plessis and Israel Adesanya. I have to add Khamzat to that. And I don't know how I missed it in that intro because I spent a good amount of time talking about his teeth getting shoved in by Khamzat and how he blamed it on like, that happens all the time. Oh, that teeth thing, that's nothing new here. The reality is Robert Whittaker's got good hands. Robert Whittaker's got great fight IQ. He's got great athletic ability. He's fast. He's strong. He's good at all the things. He's not even that old, considering how good his career's been. A lot of you showed up after COVID or during COVID, and you don't even realize that Robert Whittaker was the middleweight champion of the world for like a good period of time, and he beat some phenomenal fighters to get there. And then when he lost his belt to Izzy, he beat everybody else. Everybody works his way back. I thought he beat Izzy in the rematch. They didn't give it to him. So then he again beats everybody, loses to DDP. DDP's the world champion, gets a win, comes back, loses to Khamzat. Khamzat might be the world champion in 3 weeks' time. Robert Whittaker is one of the best middleweights that has ever done it.
Say it again. Oh, say it again. Say it again.
Khamzat Chimaev could be the world champion in 3 weeks' time. He's taking on Reinier de Ridder. Reinier de Ridder is a giant. This dude is huge for this weight class.
Bullshit.
6'4". 6'4". Striking is just okay. He's more of a grappler than anything. He is the former 2-division champion in 1 FC. He's a solid grappler. He's got good takedowns. He's got great submissions. He's very tall for this division. He uses that length really well. If he doesn't have a lot of success striking, he literally will just size you. He'll just fucking be big and swarm you, get you against the cage, drag you to the ground. He definitely thrives on the ground. He can be a bit out of sorts on the feet if it goes a little too long. He's coming off that finish win over Bo Nickel where Bo set himself up for failure. When he jumped guillotine, all it did was let Reinier know, like, oh, okay, I'm way better on the ground. And the size difference was incredible. And I love Robert Whittaker. He's one of the best, one of the most well-rounded middleweights of all time. But at a certain point, your favorite fighter is officially past their prime. And I think that point for Robert Whittaker was when his teeth were hitting the thing that dangles in the back of your throat. And it's an unfortunate situation because Robert is very good. He's a phenomenal personality. He's got all the skills. I would love to be dead wrong here. I would be rooting for Robert. I hope I'm wrong. I do think Reinier is going to get it done. He's just massive. He's a good grappler. I think he can absorb whatever comes at him, bully his way to Robert, and kind of drag Robert to the ground. Robert had a little bit of a hard time with DDP. He did a lot of successful things in that fight, but the unorthodox DDP is what gave him a little bit of trouble. Reinier is also unorthodox. He comes at weird angles. He's just big and awkward, and all of that might work for him. I'm going to pick RDR. These odds keep tightening and widening and tightening and widening, and that makes sense to me because this is a tough fight to pick. But I'm going to pick RDR in my heart. I'll be rooting for Bobby Knuckles. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, I've been on the good and the bad with RDR. Obviously, I thought that he was kind of fraudulent in the way that he can strike. And you watch that Gerald Meerschaert fight, and I think most people watch that Gerald Meerschaert fight, and then he's getting ready to fight Kevin Holland. And I know Kevin's not the biggest guy in the world, but you're like, oh yeah. I mean, Kevin Holland's just going to fucking knock this guy out. And he just kind of very methodically just grabs a single leg, pulls him to the ground, and just fucking just mauls this fucking guy. And then you see him come in against Bo Nickel and just control him on the ground as well with just, as Angelo said, just like pure size. The guy's just a fucking brute, and he knows what he is. He's not going to try and stand at range and fucking do all the Robert Whittaker, all that bullshit. When Robert Whittaker blitzes in, if RDR is not already in this guy's face, push him against the fence, he's just going to grab him. That's what happened with Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel with the striking, kind of lunging with the striking, he just kind of grabbed him, put him against the fence. The ease at which And Bo Nickel's not like the biggest middleweight either. But when Bo Nickel had this guy and they were in like a 50-50 position against the fence, the nonchalant way that RDR just, his back is against the fence with Bo just fucking laying on him in this 50-50, and RDR just would go, dun, 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 and just very slowly, like there wasn't like he's digging the underhook and ripping the underhook side, and then he puts him against the fence, but it's a little bit of a struggle. He literally just went, dun, 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 and just slowly just move Bo Nickel and just put him against the fence. If he gets Robert Whittaker in those same positions, he's just gonna overpower it. I mean, DDP, that takedown against Robert Whittaker was like the most bullshit takedown ever, but it was like unorthodox. It was fucking just heavy. It was just, he just kind of like grabbed him and dragged him to the ground. RDR has those sloppy fucking hip toss. He just fucking steps over. And he's just so big and strong that you're hip on hip, and he just fucking folds you over his hip. He tried it a couple times on Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel knows that shit's coming. He's fucking really good at defending all that type of stuff. Not saying that Robert Whittaker doesn't have good takedown defense. Statistically, his takedown defense is one of the best in the division, but you look at the people he's fighting, people that want to take him down have kind of taken him down, and he really hasn't fought a ton of grapplers since then. I just think RDR is he's just a fucking brute. I'm done fading the guy. I bet the guy. We'll see if he ends up being lock of the week. I'm still in decision here, but he just probably just going to march forward, fucking grab him, take him to the ground, control him, and find a submission eventually.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, size does matter. So you and I are on the same side here. I was surprised because you and I have both been very high on Robert Whittaker in the past. We both talked about how good he is.
I had Paulo Costa as my lock of the week against Robert Whittaker. So, but I think Whittaker did beat Izzy in that second fight as well. I mean, he's definitely good, but I wouldn't be surprised if RDR chins this guy. I mean, with that come forward, just kind of like, I mean, he gets dropped by jabs all the time. Yeah. Like Robert Whittaker gets dropped by jabs, and RDR is just he doesn't throw hard, but he's got just solid fucking just TKO type resilience. So.
Well, and Robert Whittaker's he's in a weird situation here. He's been the same fighter. He was better than basically everybody except Izzy, right? He was better than everybody except one guy. And now people are catching up because Robert's kind of the same guy. He's got that same, he runs in with the wild combination in the pocket, then he comes out, he runs in, he'll run in, grab the body for a takedown. Like he's very well-rounded, he's good, but it's the same rush-in type style. And that exact rush-in, he could literally run right into a punch. That's exactly.
And RDR showed. I know it's Gerald Mearshart or whatever, but he showed that, and he showed in fight before. I mean, obviously the one where he's up, or the fucking that crazy guy, and the fucking where he got a guy.
Well, both his losses are to the same person.
Yeah, but he showed that even when the fight turns sloppy, he has no issues with just being sloppy and just winning a sloppy fight too. So.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. No, I don't quite have a bet here. I want to root for Robert. So unless you make RDR the lock of the week, then I got to root the other way. But I do think RDR is going to get the win. $7,800 in DraftKings Fantasy. You need dogs. You need dogs to fill out that lineup. I think he's a great dog here. This is a very tricky fight card. If you want a little bit of help, if you want a nudge, you want a little advantage, you want to hear some other people's opinions, see some write-ups, use some tools. Have an artificial intelligence tell you what it thinks will happen. Go to WeWantPicks.com. It's only $10. You can unlock it not only for this card, the next two fight nights, and then UFC 319 right after that. It's $10 an entire month. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top.